It seems like every day I wake up and Donald Trump and his administration have done a new cartoonishly evil thing. This time, it's his Environmental Protection Agency planning to reverse the ban on forever chemicals, the PFAS chemicals, in drinking water. Now, to explore this a bit more in depth, we can see here that because of the Trump EPA rescinding caps on 4 PFAS compounds, many states, there's 36 states, at least 250 bills in those states, aiming to ban these products on a state level. But when it comes to these type of regulations, they have to be done federally, because the 14 states that aren't going to act to ban these on their own, it's not just like the borders of a state is also, just like an imaginary line where environmental impacts can't spill over into other states. If you have drinking water that's being corrupted by chemicals in 14 states, that can have effects on the other 36 as well. And as just a general concept, it's absolutely just downright evil, insane, and suicidal to be like, yeah, we're gonna allow chemicals that have been known to lead to kidney and testicular cancer, been known to cause immune suppression, and also lead to developmental harm in younger people. I mean, it's insane on its face value that the Environmental Protection Agency, whose role is supposed to be to protect the environment and people from consequences like this, where, big corporations who just care about making a profit, who don't care about protecting the environment, they're just gonna do what makes them the most money. And oftentimes that includes polluting water, polluting the air, etc. And if the Environmental Protection Agency isn't even going to protect the environment, we're screwed. I mean, I'm Canadian, but again, it's not like the Canadian-American border is just magically going to stop any horrible environmental degradation in the United States from eventually bleeding over to us, okay? This is a global issue, but especially a continental issue. If you're going to be poisoning drinking water all across the United States, that's not good for Canada, that's not good for Mexico, and it's certainly not good for Americans. And frankly, the type of ideology that leads to stuff like this happening, it's frankly a death cult, all right? This free market, anti-regulation, anti-government interference in the market ideology. On paper, I guess I can see where it comes from, when you're reading Ayn Rand and all these free market libertarian thinkers. I mean, in the theoretical world, it's not harming anybody, but when you are applying this stuff to the real world, when you act like any regulation at all is just burdensome for business and bad for the economy, you're gonna end up doing stuff like this that is gonna cause physical harm to people, individuals, communities, and ecosystems at large, because it's not just gonna affect humans, it's gonna affect animals, wildlife, etc. But it's absolutely insane. Like I said, it's suicidal, it's a death cult mentality, and it's why libertarianism and this far right free market ideology, again, it might sound good on paper to people, but in practice, it leads to decisions like this that don't make any practical sense. Really what you're saying is that so that big business and corporations, they can make a few more bucks by cutting more corners and poisoning our drinking water. It's insane. No person with common sense or self-preservation should be in favor of this, even if you are a hardcore capitalist. Capitalism at least requires some regulation around the edges to stop the worst aspects of the profit motive from harming society. And that's what this is. And when you have these insane far-right free market ideologues in office with the Trump administration, it leads to stuff like this, which is going to cause a lot of harm. And I just don't see how anybody could be in favor of this.